Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Chloe Kennedy, and today I'm going to be going over a reading that I did on July 8th. This was for the United States economy, of how it's looking. It should have been more for around that time. It is a little bit more in the future now, but I still think that it applies, and I think that I should have maybe gone more in depth instead of just sharing pictures of the cards. So I'm going to go over that now with you guys. So again, this is the Aliester Crowley deck, the Thoth deck. I know Aliester Crowley is a little bit out there, but these cards are very beautiful, and some of the things expressed through these cards are quite beautiful and very intellectual. And I know there's another word, but I don't quite know what to call it. I would almost say conscientious, but I don't think that's it. I don't think that's the right word. Maybe it'll come to me later. So the first card that was drawn was the Queen of Wands right here. I'll go ahead and pull this one up a little closer for you guys. So this is a very beautiful card. It's a queen sitting here with the rod. There's a pine cone at the top of the rod. There is the Egyptian bird goddess, the sun goddess, above her. And there's also the Egyptian bird representation on her shoulders, on her shoulder pads, as well as a chalice right here in the center. A lot of fiery vibes going on here because of all the red, the passion flowing from her hair everywhere, sunbeams. So radiant. And then there is like a cheetah cat, very feminine vibes going on here. Fiery, passion, feminine. Alright, so let's get a little bit more in depth about that card. So, the Queen of Wands. You have endless power, and that is brought to you by the Queen of Wands. Like the Statue of Liberty, she has fantastic powers of broadcasting and attraction. But be careful. With her long hair, she can also remind one of Rapunzel in captivity in the tower. And when they say tower here, you can also think about the Tower card, the Tower tarot card. The cat is sensual and cuddly, but also rapacious and unpredictable. Assertiveness and a vibrant sexuality guarantee you success and well-being. Nala, come on, there's not enough room. Scoot, scoot, scoot. Alright. Sorry about that. Rely on your creativity. It is dependent on setting things in motion at the right time. You can be an important help to many fearful or overly cautious people. The ability to make a difference and to be able to motivate yourself is your special talent. You need goals that are really worth challenging your highest ideals and your deepest energies. Then you'll be alright and you will have power permanently. Nala, stop. Sorry, my cat's like hissing and growling in the window. She's very unhappy right now. Love. Your current issues require passion and awareness, and in any case, a special loyalty to yourself. As a woman, it is important not to leave the phallic and heroic forces to the men, but to bring your own power to bear according to the motto, "Witches' brooms sweep clean." As a man, you have to find the wild cat in yourself and learn to ride the tiger. Happiness. Let the cat out of the bag. Show them what you're made of. Determine your goals in life itself and maintain your zest for life. Success. Take on a period of increased activity. Organize your responsibilities and emphasize on each step. And so that was the first card pulled for how the United States economy is going to be looking. And that did pull up for July. And then I did have some clarifying cards here. The first clarifying card is the Ace of Wands. The second is the Ace of Cups reversed. And then, sorry about that. And then the third one is Strife, the Five of Wands. Now, traditionally, the Ace of Cups normally represents 1 week of time. But this is inverted. This could mean lots of other different things. Particularly, I don't necessarily believe this is just for that week. I believe this was more going for the month and forecasting kind of outlooks into the future. But mostly the month is what I was aiming for with this. But it could mean for the week. You could take that however you want to. So the first clarifying card is the Ace of Wands. Again, this is a very beautiful one. It is kind of hard for me to describe. Ace of Wands is more of a masculine fire energy, whereas the Queen of Wands is feminine fire energy. It's kind of like the polar opposites. It's kind of cool that one came out too. But there's a lot of chaos going on here. It's kind of hard for me to describe this one. I know typically the Ace of Wands does stand for energy and ambition. Also new opportunities or ideas coming in. Or maybe we need to create new opportunities and think of new ideas for the economy. Things that are actually going to work. So let's go ahead and get a little bit more in depth on that card. Upright he stands there. The wand is a penis symbol, even if in tarot books it is but little mentioned. But in literature on dream interpretation it is mentioned all the more. Sexuality, potency, and phallic power belong not only to this purpose, they are embodiments of the power of fire. As a phallic symbol, it designates the powers of men, but which do not just belong to men. The witch's broom, the symbol of the wild cat and the image of the Queen of Wands, show the wand as feminine power. The fire presents you with the force of instinct, the flame of vitality, and the dynamism of will. The hand coming out of the cloud, so to speak. So I thought that was really cool. It did reference back to the Queen of Wands over here and the wild cat, and also the witch's broom as well. It is a gift of life that you can now newly discover the fire once again and take it in hand. The will to oneself and the desire to surpass oneself represent the two poles of a fire wand. Contributing to this, the human coldness, colorlessness, and the deadbeats are regulated to their places like the important. Sorry, my cat's making noise and distracting me. I'll reread that. Contributing to this, the human coldness, colorlessness, and the deadbeats are regulated to their places like the impotent and violent fire forces that wander aimlessly across the earth. Love. Sexuality, adventure, creative tasks, all kinds of creativity promote the artful use of fire. So maybe for our economy, maybe have to think about our creativity. We need to create more things, maybe from the United States, or almost like, the small businesses, like people creating homemade sugar scrubs and candles and soaps and homemade cosmetics and other things like that. We need to focus on those things as well. Happiness. You thereby spin straw into gold. Your happiness grows with your vitality. Success. Let no one impose on you the law of action. Take control. So the next card that did come up, it's the clarifying card number 2. It is the Ace of Cups, but this one is inverted. Now I do know a little bit more about the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is supposed to represent manifestation, the beginning stages of manifestation. 1. After 0, you get to 1. So you're at 1. 0 and 1 is 1. So we're at 1. And you have to fill up your cup, you know. Your ideas, your goals, things like that. But this is going to be dumped out. So you're not really at the first beginning of manifestations. But I do think this card is beautiful. The artwork, you got the spider web coming out of the bottom of the cup. It's almost like as above, so below. It's just inverted. This looks more heavenly to me. There is one of these vortex things coming through from the heavens to below. The web that you weave. Going up. This also kind of looks like feminine uterus. We've got this circle, 2 circles combining together, and you know that's 1 creating 2. And then this looks kind of strange to me. It was really hard for me to decide what exactly this would be, but to me this is a pine cone, and this is the bottom of the pine cone, which is visible, and the top is not visible. It's just kind of going out into the heavens, I would assume. And it looks like there's a little bit of heaven down here before the spider web starts. I don't know, it's very, very beautiful card to me. I love this card. Let me just pull this one up. 1 second. Alright, so the Ace of Cups. Everything is in your cup. The Ace of Cups contain the full potential of the spiritual life, the world of feelings and spirituality. It means your deep emotional connection with life and your openness to the secrets of heaven and earth. It signals a happy journey through life and a deep level of fulfillment. But it did come in inverted, so it should be the exact opposite of what I'm reading to you, or it can be some of these things but with a more darker undertone storyline, I guess you would say. I guess that's what you'd call it. Your overflowing feelings allow you to experience deep joy and sorrow. You seem to be prone to desires and fears in which you threaten at times to drown. Sometimes you do not know what is a dream and what is reality, where the illusion begins and where it ends. At the same time, it is precisely these emotional peak experiences that connect you most intensely with the world and all of humanity. Also take a look at the unknown faces of your soul. These can sometimes be connected to inner excitation or external tension. It is not true that feelings must always just be nice and pleasant. In addition, a single cup can, of course, carry very different elixirs. Water and wine, sparkling wine and seltzer, poison, medicine, or a magic potion. So I think that's kind of interesting because I know here in the United States we are drowning our sorrows with poison. That's what alcohol is. It is poison. We are drowning that right now. Drowning all of our emotions instead of facing what is happening and trying to come up with solutions. living in fear. And that's not going to fill up your cup. It's not going to fulfill you, drowning yourself in poisons and taking all kinds of medicines or magic potions to make you feel better. It's not going to fulfill you. You have to figure out what your goals and your dreams are and work towards those organized. Commit yourself to it so you can turn this cup back around. That's what we as a whole United States need to do so we can all come out of these hard times that we're struggling with. Love. Set aside without censorship or pre-assessment your accountability. Now is not the hour of great promises or commitments, but of personal sincerity. Happiness. You possess a soul with its own name, expressing your solidarity with all living beings, and at the same time, your particularity as individuals. Let your soul live completely. Success. Be willing to forgive yourself and or others so that a spiritual fresh start is possible. Alright, so the last card that was pulled up is the STRIFE card. Go ahead and show this to you. So typically this card represents fighting with the wands, but if you take a closer look at this card, you would see it is the exact opposite. And I know in this representation you don't see people fighting with the wands, but typically there are 5 men holding wands up at the sky, which almost go back to the ace ones because it says the wands coming out of the cloud. This card also means that you have to believe and trust in yourself now, in the now. It's really cool. It's got the Egyptian bird as well up here at the top, the sun god. It does have these snakes coming out of the bottom, and to me it really almost looks, let's see if you can see that a little better. It almost looks like, again, the female uterus if you turn it this way, and it also kind of looks like the Aries symbol or ram's head. Now there's also the Saturn sigil here. There are animal heads on these scepters. There are flowers on the scepters. There is the chaos sigil in the background going on, as well as with the wands. So they're overlaying. There's 2 chaoses overlaying, which is pretty cool. And then the one in the middle. So let's go ahead and get a little bit more in depth about this card. Stay conscious within the everyday turmoil. Build your house and your home in the midst of the activity. The large wands carries the Uri's symbol at the top, modeled on the ancient Egyptian character for sun, the sun god, and pharaoh. A phoenix head and flowers crowned the 4 small wands. Only if many flames burn will your will be formed again and remain alive. Man's will is his kingdom. If your will is not only in heaven but also at home on earth, it will grow legs, then it will learn to walk, and can accomplish anything. Forget measuring your willpower or success mainly on whether once conceived ideas can also be achieved. The course of events show you rather what life wants from you. Understanding these impulses is not always easy, but to take them up brings infinitely greater rewards. So that one does go back also to the Ace of Wands, talking about ideas, the new opportunities, organizing your thoughts, being collective with your ideas and making it happen. Not just what maybe society wants from you. So not just something that brings you instant gratification, which you see in our world so much, and how everyone just wants a job that makes you the most money. But do they actually care? Are they actually putting their all in their heart into what they're doing to make something better of this world? No, they're not. They're just focused on money and if they can pay their bills or not and survive. Or if they can go on a vacation, they can go to the movies, they can buy this new pair of shoes, or whatever it may be. Those things have to change. And you will be happier through the journey instead of just at the destination, if you'll even be happy at the destination. Love. You open yourself up to the play of forces in you, with you, and all around you. Happiness. You allow yourself to be touched by the people, ideas, and events in your environment. Play with them and feel the energy. You can, as in a creative Aikido match, use strangers and enemy energy for your own purposes. Success. Do not let yourself become bottled up and do not chicken out. Decide what goals you want to achieve. Strongly decide and assert yourself. Half measures destroy you in the long run. So yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool reading for the United States economy. Let me know what you guys thought. I am trying to come up with better questions to ask my cards. So yeah, if you think of any, you can feel free to comment below. Please be sure to like and subscribe the video. Thinking about doing some live tarot card readings in the future. Let me know how you guys would like that. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great evening. Bye!